G'day everyone, Diesel here from Getting Around Oz, Camper Trailer Traveling. Thanks for joining us. Very exciting video coming up today. We've got an upgrade going on for the Pajero. We've got a new bloody battery going on, which is very exciting. This is going to be an opinion-free video, okay? I'm going to tell you a bit about this one, but more importantly, I'm going to tell you about what I've got coming out, and I'm going to compare the two, and it's going to be pretty bloody obvious the reasons for me doing this, but I reckon it might be interesting for you to see it, and I'm actually going to install this one on the Pajero, and then at the end of the video, we're going to give this one a bit of a test, and we'll just do a quick performance check and we'll see how this one goes. But for the moment, grab yourself a drink, make yourself comfortable. Let's get into it.
This is going to be a big ripper. This time I don't get splashed. I bet that's going to pick up a lot of pace.
Rightio, there she is. But before I rip into this video, I just want to let you know, iTECHWORLD did supply me this battery in return for me telling you what this thing could do and its potential. But I'll be honest with you, this video is more about me and what I'm going to get out of it first, what I'm taking out, and me showing you in the interest of you actually sort of learning something about it and maybe helping you with your decision. But we'll bloody get into it anyway. So the iTECH 120X is a lithium battery. It has 105 usable amp hours. It weighs 10 kilos, so it's very light. Or if you don't think that's light, I'm telling you, it's a lot lighter than what I've got in there at the moment. It is IP67 rated, which means it can be submerged in 1 meter water or up to 1 meter water for 30 minutes. This one does have a 5-year warranty with it as well. It is rated for under-bonnet use. However, if you're going to do that, iTECHWORLD do supply a case or a cover. I'm not sure what it's called, but I'll chuck up on the screen there for you to use. This does have a continuous discharge of 150 amps. Now with this one here, if you're looking to run it in parallel with other batteries, there's no limitations in regards to how many of these you can link up. Charging this one, if you were charging up to 80% with this one, it's actually rated to have 4,000 cycles of charge, which is a lot. Or if you were charging up to 40% of the battery, you actually get 8,000 cycles out of this one. Now something else this thing has as well, if you're unaware, and the current battery I have definitely doesn't have it, this one has a BMS, so basically this one here, I shouldn't be able to kill it. Okay, now if it gets down to 1% of charge, the battery will shut itself down, and from there you can obviously get a bit of a jump start and get it going, but essentially I shouldn't be able to kill this battery. So what I'll do now is I'll chuck a spec sheet up here for you to look at. However, I'll also chuck a link to this battery in the description so you can have a look for yourself. I'm not going to go through every single spec of this thing. There is a lot of it, but in my opinion, different specs mean different things to different people, and I think it's more important for you to have a look and to see what's relevant to you rather than me just sort of waffling on about all this sort of techie stuff that some of you might not be that interested in. Now, before we start getting into this one here, I'll let you know as well, iTECHWORLD have helped us out with a discount code, which is 5% off. Right there is the code you need to use, but I'll chuck a link in the description of this video, which will allow you to get to the website, and if there's anything iTECHWORLD related there, feel free to use that one and grab yourself 5% off. Rightio, that's enough crapping on. It's time for me to start get cracking this one. Let's get into it. Now that wasn't carry on. This thing is just seriously bloody heavy. But what I'm going to do now is, I'll tell you a bit about this one in a sec, but I'm going to do like a pros and a cons thing here, because this is the situation I was in. You know, this is what I get with an AGM. This is what I get with a lithium, and there's definitely pros and cons for both. But I'll cover those off for you in a sec. But firstly, this one here is 170 amp hour AGM battery. It's a slimline one. We went for 170 amp hour because our needs are run to fridge 24/7. So we've got the 75 litre dual zone fridge that's in the car all the time. Now we also have a 2000 watt inverter in the back of the Pajero there. Our needs are charging drone batteries when we're out and about, charging a laptop. The biggest use is having the air fryer there, you know, just to chuck on chips and nuggets for the kids, which will, you know, clearly will save myself some time. Okay, so let's get into it. So first thing with this one here, price. Now price with lithium is definitely more expensive. There's no doubt about that. The price of this one at the time of doing this video is $8.99, which I think is on special from $9.99. So there's the first one. This one here was $4.29 at the time of doing this video. The usable power on these ones, so this one here's got 105 usable amp hours. Keeping in mind, if this one is actually used to 100% of the capacity, if it's rated to, that's what it's rated to do. But this one here, being an AGM, I'll preface this with, the common opinion is you shouldn't use an AGM past 50%. Okay, so if I was working off 50%, that's 85 amp hours, but for the sake of this, I'll be conservative, and you know, a lot of people say don't, you know, use it past 60%. If that's the case, then, you know, I get 105 amp hours out of this one. Next up is the weight. This one here is 10 kilos. This one here is 45 bloody kilos. That's why you see me struggling. So a massive difference there. The size of these things, now it's pretty obvious to see here. Yes, width-wise, this one is a little bit wider. This one here is probably 2/3 of the depth of this one. Width-wise, you can see there's a fair difference. Pretty comfortably twice the length of this one, and obviously it is a little bit higher as well. So I will be able to, once I get this one put in, be able to show you, you know, just how much space I'm going to get back. So with the Pajero, the bottom bit of the back of the car there is a handy spot for putting like recovery gear and those types of things. So it'd be nice to get some space there back. And I guess the other one is life expectancy. So they both have a 5-year warranty, but I reckon that'll about do it. I might have forgot something, but if I have, I'll just add him in there. Anyway, time to get this one in here. I am going to have to take out the big tray that was supplied with this one. I actually am going to use the DC charger that I have in there. It does have a lithium profile on that one. This one is rated to, well, they do say it can be used as a drop-in battery and can be used to link to any charger. I can't say for sure if that's true or not. There's a lot of opinions on these ones, and a lot of people have used them. I've actually talked to quite a few people that have said that that's the case. Other people saying that's bullshit. I'll leave that for you guys to do your homework and work out. So for me, I'm going to leave everything else in there, but I'm going to have to move the charger a little bit anyway. I'll take the tray out, and I've actually got another tray here that I bought, and we'll get cracking in that one. Okay, now I've taken everything out of here, got the tray out. So what I've done is I've cut this little square here, which should be for the tray here. So it should fit in like that. I'm thinking I'm going to fix the charger on the back wall there, and that way I'm going to gain all this bloody space back here, and the cable's already here, so it should go into the battery nice and easy. So all I do is just punch a few holes through here and get that bracket fixed in there, and we'll move on to the next bit. Okay, so an update now is the DC charger I fixed on the back there. The battery plate is fixed in with a 4 bolts, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And obviously I just cut out the little square like I showed you there before. So I'm actually ready to put the battery in here now, so we'll get him all connected up and we'll see how it goes. Rightio, so the job's done here now. So you can see all this side here we've gained, so we can actually put gear in there, which is bloody fantastic. It's been a long time, to be honest with you. And it does look like a bit of a bird's nest, but it's all sort of tied up and all fairly well secured there. The charger's at the back there, so that one has been changed over to a lithium profile. Looks to be charging fine, and this is all nice and secure there, and job is done, so very happy with that. I've now got me extension lead plugged in the inverter there, and he'll go on the top there like that. There we go, job's done. You never know it was there. Now let me wash that down. Rightio, there's nothing like camping your own driveway, eh? But let's get into it now. What I did there was I got my air fryer, which is a 1440 watt air fryer. It's only a smaller one, but that was I think it was drawing 128 amps as an average, and the battery was at 95%. When I started, I think it finished off about 86%. I chuck them on the screen, but it's a situation that plays out for me more often than I would like. This is 6 weeks later now, okay? So we were, after the last part of the video and the installation, we were on the road for 3 weeks, and I now have some feedback I can give you as a first-time lithium battery user. I'd only used AGM batteries before, both in the car and the camper trailer, and I'm pretty bloody happy. I've got to be honest with you. So this situation, for example, played out on the, well, it's the second night, the second spot we're at camping. We're in South Lefroy, and the road in there, if you've been up the Ningaloo coast, and the roads there are bloody terrible, and some people got bogged and we got held up, and then we got bogged ourselves trying to get in, and we didn't end up getting in and setting up at camp till about 7 o'clock, and it was dark, and the kids were hungry and all those types of things, and this is where my little mate here came in handy, and using the air fryer 4 times, I think some about 10 minutes a spot, and generally we use about 10% of the battery each time, and I end up, along with that, you know, remember with what I do, I had the drone batteries I've got to charge every night, and the laptops and those types of things when I'm off-grid and transferring data and all that sort of stuff, not to mention you know, the GoPros and everything. I use this as my charging hub, and with the AGM battery, which was 170 amp hour, it didn't like running the air fryer, to be honest with you, and a lot of people would say, based on the requirements to run this and the capacity available in the AGM battery, you know, it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea to do it, or it's not a good idea to do it for a longer period. You know, whereas many people say, you know, you can do it as long as you want to, and it should be fine, which is the sort of how I took it. Something else I did as well, because the air compressor that we used to inflate the tyres, the cables, got damaged in transit with everything that was going on, and I had to sort of rig up an Anderson plug, and I used the Anderson plug to plug through this, and actually use that to use this battery to run the air compressor to air up the car and the camper trailer and handle those sort of things. And again, they're just things that a single AGM battery, you know, is probably not suited to. So in summary, it's just nice to know I've got a battery there. I know I can just give it a hiding. It can handle it, and I recommend getting yourself a battery monitor. For me, I got the iTech one there, which I think I paid $199 for it, I think it was, not long after. It's really nice. So really happy with lithium, really happy with the weight of this thing. Summary, you know, using a lithium battery now, it was just nice. That's probably the best word I can use. Just knowing you could just do so much more, you know, with extra capacity than the AGM could, for example, and you know, knowing that it's less of a chance of it getting damaged with the battery management system in it as well. And you know, if you're looking to get one yourself or something similar, just remember the discount code that'll be in the description there for you as well. And I reckon that'll about wrap him up. Now, I know I talked a lot about my situation and how this affected me. If you had any questions about, I guess, any concerns or anything you might want to use, or any different type of feedback or scenarios that I experienced that I maybe didn't cover off and you were looking to know for yourself, chuck them in the comments, let me know, and I'll do my best to answer them. And again, if you've used these ones or something like this, let me know how you found it and those types of things. I'd love to hear your experiences, and I reckon about wrap him up here. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope it was helpful. And if you haven't already, your first time checking out our channel, and you want to support us, check out some other videos if you can. You like those, and subscribe to the channel and like the video if you can. That'll be great. And I'll wrap him up here now. I'm Diesel for Getting Around Knowles, Camper Trailer Traveling. Hooroo.